Hello everyone, this is Maria from Maxifisio. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to be working on a short yoga class to help with lower back pain. As always, if you like this video, please give me a like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe. And if you're interested in any of my online classes, please visit my website maxifisio.com. So for this class, we're going to be starting on our back. So let's get straight into it. You're going to roll to your side and then turn onto your back. If you need any support for the neck, you can always have a bit of a cushion. And once we're here, we're just going to gently bring the knees to the chest. We're going to start onto Upasana, knees to chest pose. I don't want you to create a lot of compression because we're just starting. We haven't really warmed up the hips of the spine. So just comfortable hug. Gonna close our eyes if that's comfortable. We're gonna take a deep breath in through the nose and allow you to take a cleansing breath through the mouth. Trying to let go tension. And at the end of the exhale, we're gonna close our lips and we're gonna continue inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Trying to make the inhales and the exhales slightly longer. So we start going a little bit deeper into our breath. And allow you to also set an intention for the class. It's a short class, but nevertheless, let's just try to send our mind for it. Once we have our intention for the practice, we're going to continue focusing on our breath and allow you to try to activate your Yahi Pranayama if you're familiar with it, which is when we create a constriction at the back of the throat. So the breath becomes audible to you, not to others. It won't be very loud. However, if this is not familiar to you or you're not comfortable for whatever reason, you can simply think of connecting a little bit through your pelvic floor and your core. So activating our Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha. So I want you to think of being slightly active through your breath, which is an important part of your yoga practice. So let's take 2 more gentle breaths here. And then from here, let's just open our eyes gently. Let's keep the hands right below the knees on our shins, and we're going to start just breathing in and bring the knees a little bit deeper into the chest, breathing out and letting go. And we're going to repeat it again. Breathe in, knees to the chest, breathe out, letting go. And we'll go again. Breathe in, knees to the chest, breathe out, letting go. Let's make this into a circle. So begin to circle one direction. I don't mind if you go right or left. Just choose the direction that feels more natural for you. Continue with your breath. And let's reverse. Make sure you go the other way now. We're doing 3 each way. Great. When you finish this one, let's just try to bring the knees a little bit deeper towards the chest. Maybe bring one hand over each forearm, maybe hand to opposite elbow, whatever feels appropriate for you. And maybe bring your head up if your neck feels healthy. If your neck doesn't like it, you can simply remain with your head down. We're going to hold for another full breath. And from here, we're going to gently release the head down. Let's return the feet to the mat, feet and knees together. Open the arms to a wide capital T. Breathe in, take the knees to the right, turn the neck to the left. You can bind if you like. You could take your right hand to the top of your left thigh or towards the left knee. Otherwise, keep the arms on the capital T. Keep looking over your shoulder. Full breath here. If you're binding, release the bind. Come back to the center, breathe in. And let's go to the left. Breathe out, turn your neck to the right. And if you want to bind, you can again take your left hand towards the right thigh, right knee. Hold again for another full breath. Release your arm. If you were doing the bind, come back to center. Let's bring the knees to the chest, and we're gonna roll the length of the spine 3 times. So let's breathe in and out as we come up. Try to balance. This will get your core going, but it's also a nice massage for the spine. And one more time. Great. Let's cross our feet, our ankles, and let's come onto 4-point kneeling. And we're gonna go into our cat and cow stretch. You can always do this with your knuckles instead of your hands if that's more comfortable. Keep your knees about hip width. If you need any pads underneath the knees, that's okay too. We're gonna inhale, we're gonna start going on to cow, so we extend the spine. Exhale and round the spine for cat. Try to enjoy the stretch, and let's repeat it again. Breathe in, we're gonna arch for cow, breathe out, round for cat. And continue moving gently into your own pace. It's okay if it's not the same pace as mine. Breathe in, breathe out. One more time. Breathe in, breathe out. We're going to try to return to neutral. And I want you to think of extending your right leg behind you and then bring it slightly towards your left. Plant all 5 toes of your right foot and then begin to look towards your left foot, trying to round the right side of the spine. So we're trying to stretch the right side of the lower back. Maybe you'll feel with the shoulder. Hold for a full breath. And release, come back. And let's do the same with the left. Extend the leg, bring it across. So all the way towards the right side. Plant all 5 toes. And once you're here, think of bringing your hips a bit towards the left and begin to look towards your right, towards the right side, even though it's the left foot, but you're looking towards the back on the right. And we'll hold again for a full breath. That's great. Let's come back to center. Let's bring the hands to the middle. Breathe in, take the right arm up. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, let's go to thread the needle. Try to release your right ear to the ground. You should be feeling the stretch at the back of the right shoulder and the shoulder blade area. The hips stay up. Hold for a full breath. Inhale again to unwind. Exhale, bring your hand down, and let's go for the other side. Inhale, take your left arm up, look up. Exhale, bring the arm across. Drop your left ear to the mat. Keep the left shoulder on the ground if you can. Hips up, full breath. And again, inhale. Take your left arm up. Exhale, bring the arm down. And then let's take the hands a bit further forward towards the edge of the mat for an Anahatasana heart melting pose. We're going to drop the chest down, forehead to the floor, to the mat if you can. Inhale here, feel the stretch on the upper back, front of the chest and the shoulders. And then from here, we're going to drop to child's pose. You can open the knees slightly wider, bring the feet to touch, allow the hips to drop. Keep your head relaxed on the ground. Think of your fingers staying active, middle fingers reaching forward. And just enjoy the stretch. It's okay if your hips don't drop all the way down, just allow them to go to where they feel comfortable. And while we're here, we're going to take the hands to the right hand side. So we open up the left side of the body slightly more. So now think of inhaling, opening the left shoulder, the waist, the lower back, the hip. As you were breathing only into your left lung. And then let's walk the hands to the other end. Let's go over to your left so you can open up the right side now. So as you inhale, again, think of breathing into your right lung. Expand the right shoulder, waist, the lower back, the hip. Let's come back to center. Back to extended child's pose. One more breath here. And as we inhale, we'll return back to 4-point kneeling, tuck all 10 toes. And as we exhale, we're going to come to downward facing dog. So we'll try to drop the heels where we can. Might be a bit stiff and that's all right. We're going to start pedaling the feet, finding a bit of movement. So you should definitely feel a bit the stretch on the calves, the hamstrings. Keep your neck soft. Just find a bit of movement here. And then let's try to come to a static downward dog. Bring your hands a bit more to the center. And now let's try to breathe in and take your left hand towards your right calf. It can be the knee, it can be the ankle, depending on your mobility. Try to bend the left elbow as you deepen into the twist. Look towards your right armpit and hold here for a full breath. Let's release and let's see how we go on the other side. It probably feel a bit different, but that's normal. Take your right hand towards the left calf, can be the knee, the ankle as you inhale. And as you exhale, maybe bend a bit your right elbow as you deepen into the twist. Look towards your left armpit or above the shoulder. And you can hold. Breathe in and out. Great, let's take the hands back to downward facing dog. So maybe bring them a bit more forward, a bit more open. Hold the dog for another full breath. And then from here, we're going to start walking forward. Look towards your mat as you inhale. You can walk with your legs straight or with your legs bent, depending on your flexibility. And once your feet are by your hands, we're going to bend the knees quite a bit. Fold one arm over the other. You can support the elbows. Relax your head and come into ragdoll. Begin to dangle. Trying to release again the upper body. But this is really nice for your lower back too. We're going to stop the dangling. Allow the hands to drop wherever they go. They might go on the floor, they might not, and that's okay. And bring your feet a bit closer, toes to touch, heels slightly apart. If you feel very wobbly, you can always bring the legs back to hip width. And now we're going to start going to Uttanasana, or our standing forward pose, forward fold pose, extending the knees as much as you can. You can keep the hands by the feet. You can take them on the calves. It's different options. Keep your breath here. Think of looking towards the navel as you hold the stretch. And then from here, we're going to come to Ardha Uttanasana, monkey pose, or your halfway lift. There's different options. You can just bring your fingertips to the ground if you have the mobility to lengthen the spine. If not, maybe take the hands to the shins, maybe to the knees. The important thing is that your back should be straight. You're going to look forward as if we were gazing to the third eye. That's your inhale. And as you exhale, come back to Uttanasana. And let's repeat that again 2 more times. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale for the fold. Trying to work the mobility on the spine while you keep stretching the back of the legs. Breathe in and breathe out. Great. From here, we're going to breathe in and lengthen the spine. And as we breathe out, we're going to step back to either a high plank, or if you need the support of your knees, a modified plank. And we can either go into cobra pose if you have your knees on the ground, or if your knees are off the ground, you're on your high plank, we would be going to upward dog. And then from wherever you are, whether it's cobra or upper dog, we'll make our way back to downward facing dog. Adjusting yourself on the dog, and then holding it again for a couple of breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. From here, we're going to look again towards the front of the mat. You can step, walk, whatever helps you. We're going to come to a seat. Going to bring the feet on front. Arms either in front of you or supporting the back of the thighs if you need a bit of assistance. And we're going to breathe and roll the spine down. Once we're on our back, we're going to come to supine pigeon stretch. It's like a figure 4. On the legs, we're going to cross the right foot over the left thigh, and we can either simply hold it here, if this is enough stretch for you, or we can take the left thigh up. You can support the shin, the thigh, whatever feels better for you. Keep the feet flexed and hold here for a breath. Just giving ourselves a good stretch on the glutes, because the glutes often, the hip often can feel tight and can also be related to back pain. low back pain. Let's return the legs down if you had them up. Bring your arms to goal pose 90 degrees. And then this time inhale, drop your legs as you were to your left, turn the neck to the right. You can again bind, you can take your left hand to the right knee and help you deepen into the twist if that feels appropriate. It's a stronger stretch for your back and the hip, the glutes. Keep breathing. If you're on the bind, release, come back to goal pose, arms, and do the twist. And let's go for the other side. So we'll go first for your supine pigeon stretch. We can hold it here, or we can take it up. Again, you can support the back of the thigh or the shin on the right. Keep your feet flexed. Stay active through the breath. Stay present. Good, and again, let's return down. If your legs were up, come back to goal pose, arms or 90 degrees. Inhale, drop the legs this time to your right, turn your neck to the left. And again, once more at the end of the twist, if you want to bind, you can take your right hand to the left knee to help you deepen into the twist, which will give you a stronger stretch on both the hip, the glutes, also the lower back. Maybe a little bit the chest. If you're tight on the upper body, hold again for a couple of breaths. And then we'll undo the twist, release the bind if you were doing the bind, and cross your foot, and let's come back to Apanasana, knees to chest. You can give yourself a nice deep stretch, hold it for full breath in, breath out. And then let's settle into Savasana. We're going to extend the legs along the mat. Try to keep the legs slightly apart, feet turned out. If for any reason your back doesn't like this, you can always come back to legs bent up or roll onto your side, choose a different position. Ideally, we're going to try to do Savasana like so. Arms also slightly away from the torso. Think of having a bit of room for your armpits, palms facing up. Make sure you're warm in case you need to cover yourself a bit. And then let's close our eyes. Let's take again a deep breath in through the nose, deep breath out through the mouth, let go. We're going to continue inhaling and exhaling through the nose, but try to return to your natural rhythm. You don't need to slow it down too much. And we're going to do a quick and brief meditation, just starting from our feet and making our way up to our head. So visualize your feet, toes, heels, ankles, nice and relaxed on both sides. Then visualize your shins, your calves, your knees, thighs at the front and the back, and try to let go of tension. Feel heavy on the ground. Visualize your hips at the front and the back, the pelvis, and the lower abdomen, the glutes, and again try to let go. Visualize your back body, so the spine from the lower back all the way up to the mid back, upper back, shoulder blades. And again try to release tension, melt into the ground. Now visualize the front body from the abdomen, navel, all the way up towards the chest. So again, ribs, shoulders, trying to soften, letting go. Visualize your hands, the fingers, the wrists, feeling nice and heavy on the ground. Visualize your forearms, elbows, upper arms. Stay nice and relaxed. And then let's visualize our neck, throat area, the jaw. You can allow the mouth to stay slightly open. Try to release tension there. And also visualize your face, very important. We often hold a lot of tension in our face and we don't realize. So think of softening your forehead, eyebrows, your eyes, the nose, cheekbones, your lips, your mouth. And lastly, visualize your head. Try to feel heavy and sinking into the ground. Maybe observe if you still have any tension in a particular area of the body, see if you can let that go. And let's return our focus then into our breath. Trying to feel the inhales and the exhales. Feeling our chest, our abdomen expanding through the inhale, and our chest and abdomen relaxing through the exhale. I'm going to take 2 more breaths here. If you wish to stay in Savasana longer, by all means you can do. Otherwise we need to find a bit of movement to get out of here. So let's just return a little bit of movement on your fingers and toes, maybe wriggle them, circle feet, hands a couple of times each direction. And then stretch the arms and the legs as you were stretching in the morning. Feel long. Then try to remain with your eyes closed, bend your knees if you have them extended and roll to one side. You can support the head with your underneath arm and stay here for another breath as a transition before we come into sitting. Help yourself with your hand. You can open your eyes gently and come up into a comfortable seated position, which can be a simple cross leg, can be Sukhasana or easy pose with one leg in front of the other. You can choose to sit on a surface, on a chair, sit on your heels, whatever feels comfortable for you. And we're going to rest our hands with our palms facing up, resting on top of your thighs, on top of your knees, and allow you to again close your eyes or just soft gaze at the floor, whatever feels better for you, and just try to feel the changes on your body, on your posture, on your breath. And allow you to set an intention for the rest of your day, for the rest of your week. Be grateful to yourself for spending a few minutes to work on your body, to work on your breath, to work on your posture, to disconnect from whatever is going on in your world, in your life at the moment. Let's take another deep breath in through the nose. One last time, exhale through the mouth. Close your lips, open your eyes slowly if you were with your eyes closed, otherwise bring your gaze in front of you. Bring the hands to your heart center, bring your thumbs to touch the sternum, connect your fingers and imagine there was light shining from the fingers from the chest. Elbows are slightly out on a strong position. And just to finish and close the practice, as you go forward, may you have peace on your thoughts, peace on your words, peace on your heart. From my heart to yours, namaste. Gentle bow of your head. And release. Cool. Thank you so much for watching. This is the end of this short yoga class. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll hopefully see you soon in one of my other videos. Bye bye.